think we all love a British classic, and I think sausage and mash is one of the ultimate ones, but I wanted to put a little bit of a twist on this. I like to use steam meals. I know so many of you want more steam meal ideas, and I think this recipe in particular works so well as a steam meal. But I've made a little twist on it, so we're making a beautiful red onion gravy to go with this, but we make that first and then we move on to the steam meal. Takes a little bit more time than obviously just putting it all in at once, but I promise you it's worth it because the flavour that you get from this gravy with rosemary and red onion is absolutely delicious and really elevates your standard sausage and mash. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. If you've got any questions about the recipe as well, then I'll always come back to you, so you can just comment down below. It's really easy, this. I think it's something for all the family. Plus what I like is the red onion gravy is actually separate. So if you've got kids that are maybe a little bit fussy and wouldn't want that, then they don't have to have it, and the adults can then just smother their sausage and mash in it, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. So please do hit the like button if you like the look of the recipe, and then also if you're new to YouTube here at Susannah's Kitchen, then just subscribe down below. It's free to do so, and it really does help me out so much. I'll be so grateful if you could do that for me. And then lastly, if you do see any accessories that I use during cooking and you wish to purchase those, they're all linked on my accessories page on the website. There's loads of information on the website. If you've not been on there before, I do like a monthly blog, I do weekly recipes on the recipe subscription, plus my cookbooks are available over there as well. So give it a visit. It's www.susannahskitchen.uk. Right, let's go and grab our sausage and mash ingredients and let's start cooking. So I'm going to begin using sear and saute, and we're going to be making our red onion and rosemary gravy, and that's going to go alongside our lovely creamy mashed potato, our pork sausages, and I'm cooking some carrots with this. So spray oil in the bottom of your pot, and I'm on sear and saute. And I've already pre-chopped up my red onions. So I have sliced my red onions, and there are 4 of those in there. They're kind of smallish onions. They're not particularly large ones, which is why I'm using 4. If you've got really big ones, you may only want to use a couple. But these do shrink a little bit. As you're cooking, these will shrink down. Now I like to add a little bit of salt because it draws out the moisture in the onions, and that's going to help us to soften them down just nice and gently. So I'm on a high heat at the moment, sear and saute, we're on 5, level 5, but I can then turn that down as I need to, and I definitely will need to turn it down. I won't be staying on 5, but for now I want to get a nice amount of heat in our pot. We're going to be adding to this our rosemary, so let's grab that because that's just going to give us some flavour as that is cooking. I have got garlic cloves, balsamic vinegar and beef stock, which is going to give us a beautiful gravy. Now we're going to thicken it with some corn flour, make a corn flour slurry. So that is literally just corn flour mixed with water and then put in. Never put your corn flour straight in because it will go lumpy. Now to brown this, and so this is called browning, it's sarsens. You can get it in most supermarkets. You don't have to add this in. If you don't want to go and buy it, you haven't got it, then that's fine. So this is not really for flavour, it's more about colour. So as you can see here, rich and dark, browning colour. So it's just adding a nice rich colour to our gravy. So that's why it is completely optional, really not essential. But I have it in my cupboard, so I do like to use it if I'm making a homemade gravy. So we've got some heat going on now. So what I'm going to do now is just start to turn down the sear and saute. If you need a little bit more spray oil into these, just add it as you need to. And let's just keep softening those down. And when I come back, you're really going to see the difference. So I ended up going right down to level 2. These had a few minutes now, and you can see they're sort of sweating and softening, and that's what we want. I am losing some heat in here now, so again I'm just going to go back up. So just, you know your Ninja, you know how things need to cook. Obviously you can hear and visually see what's going on. So let's go back up to level 3 and let's continue with those. Now, the reason that I make this first is because when I'm creating a steamed meal, I want to have my sauce that I can layer, or my gravy or whatever I'm making, so I can layer it up within the pot. We're not really continuing to cook it when we're putting it onto this steam meal function, but what we are doing is we are keeping it really nice and warm, and therefore all of our food is then cooked at the same time. So if I were to obviously do sausage mash and veg and then do this afterwards, that's obviously going to be sitting on the side and getting cold. But what I'll also do with this is I will put this separate. So this will be separate to the veg and the sausages. So again, we're keeping everything individual. So if somebody doesn't want this, you know, if you've got children that don't want this, maybe the adults only want this onion gravy, then you can definitely do that as well. And I think that's kind of nice to have that option with this. So we're coming up, we're sort of 16 minutes-ish now on these onions. I think I'm going to give them 20 minutes. I'm just going to turn up my sear and saute just a little bit more now because these are softened down nicely. But let's just continue to cook those just the last few minutes. And then we're going to add in garlic, and then let's just cook that just for a couple of minutes. Okay, let's crush in the garlic. Now this does make a fair amount of gravy. And it's really up to you what you do in terms of the garlic cloves. I think 2 to 4 cloves. So if you like your garlic, go with 4. If you want it a little bit less, go with 2. I'm putting 2 into this because for me, that's going to be enough. So let's just give that just a minute or 2. Now for a couple of tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. That's going to really sizzle in there. Let's stir that through those onions. Wow. The smell is absolutely incredible. It's deglazing the bottom of the pan, and you can now see those becoming like sticky, gorgeous, glistening red onions. Look at that. I think that is stunning. Oh yes, I am looking forward to this. So let's pour in our stock. I'm using beef stock to create our gravy. And now let's just let this simmer away. And this will start to thicken and reduce naturally. But as I said, we are going to use a corn flour slurry to also do the job for us. I'm going to leave the pieces of rosemary in here, and I'll remove those before I serve it up, and that's just going to give us maximum amount of flavour from the rosemary. So I've just mixed together a tablespoon, probably a heaped tablespoon of corn flour with some water. Around 2 tablespoons of water normally dissolves it pretty well, and then I just tip that in. So I just mix it together in a mug. Tip that in and give that a nice stir. Continue on the heat and just get this to a nice consistency that you're going to be happy with to serve over your sausages. So I'm just going to let this thicken up. Doesn't take very long generally, so I'm just going on level 3 on sear and saute. Let's just let that thicken up ever so slightly. Then we'll transfer that to a dish and we'll start layering everything up. Okay, so I'm going to add in my browning now. So you only want just a tiny little bit. It doesn't need to be a lot. It's probably like 1/4 of a teaspoon or something. Just adds that little bit of extra depth of flavour that you can see that changing. Oh yeah, that makes that gravy really rich and nice. Obviously, everyone likes their gravy thickness a bit different, so you make yours to how you want it. I'm adding some black pepper now as well. So I believe we are more or less there to how I like my gravy. Probably just going to give that an extra minute or 2. Okay, so I've rinsed the pot really quickly. I've removed my onion gravy. Let me show you that. So I have put that into a shallow baking tin, and I'll show you how we're going to layer everything up. So to start with, I've got 1 kilogram of potatoes. You can kind of see roughly the sizes that I have created with those. They were medium potatoes and I've cut most of them into 3. Over the top of the potatoes, we have got our vegetable stock, and that's 500 millilitres. And I like using vegetable stock in my potatoes because it really just gives loads of flavour to the potatoes. Makes all the difference. Okay, so the next stage is to put our onion gravy on our rack. I've left the rosemary in as I said we would, but we'll remove that when we come to serve it up. I'm going to add a layer of foil on the top. Now, as I said, I don't need to cook this any further. I'm just keeping this warm, and therefore the layering works for me. So now I've got my carrots, and they have been cut into fairly thin little pieces. And you just want to make sure that they're nicely broken up. Sometimes your knife doesn't always go all the way through. So just make sure that they're broken up, and I'm going to lay my carrots on the top here. I've got 4 carrots in total, and these are going to steam really, really nice. Now, if you don't like your carrots too firm, then obviously cut them as thin as possible, because that's going to kind of really help to keep those really tender. And if you like yours with a lot of bite, then you can obviously keep them a little bit chunkier. So it's all about sizing when you're creating a steam meal, really. And as you can see, this is working quite well to add these just like this. I just try and spread them out as much as possible. So use all the space that we have got. This really isn't any different from just putting them directly on the rack. But as I said, it does just mean that we have then kept our gravy nice and hot whilst we're cooking everything else. Last little bits going in. So these were probably just medium-sized carrots. Carrots are all there. So now what we want to do is we want to grab the rack and put that over the potatoes. Now you will need to give it a little jiggle just to try and get the potatoes in the right position so that the rack, there you go, drops down like that. And now the top section of our rack goes on. And I find it easier really to layer it once it's in the pot. And I have got pork sausages here. And this is going to be for 4 people. So I'm doing 2 sausages per person. So 8 sausages. You can actually fit more on if you wish to. So if you want to put more sausages in, then you can do that. Maybe you want to add a couple of extra for anybody that wants, say, 3 sausages. So sausages on the rack. Now what I like to do is partway through cooking is turn my sausages, because you're going to get a nice even colour rather than the browning just being on the top. So I'm going to close the lid, and we're now going to put this onto steam meals at 190 degrees for 14 minutes. After 7 minutes, turn your sausages, and then I will show you the finished result. So as I said earlier, what you want to do is just open the lid and turn your sausages. So just give them a little prod, give them a flick over, and that's going to give you a nice even colour for this recipe. There you go. As you can see, they're brown on the top. They still will cook if you don't turn them, but I've learned that, you know, doing this little step does make a little bit of difference. So just do that and then close the lid and continue. Here we go, cook time is up. Look at those sizzling sausages. So they're nicely golden, but they're not too like over brown or overcooked because we've turned them. Give you a little closer look on the sausages. So we've got a bit of colour on all sides, which is perfect. They look nice and juicy as well, these ones. So we're going to get everything out, and let's just check that everything is cooked just as we want it. So here we are, we've got our mashed potato, we have got our delicious sausages and carrots, plus the most delicious onion gravy with rosemary. That is so tasty. I hope you give this a go. I hope you really enjoy the recipe, and thank you so much for watching.